I'm a bad motherfucker.
Is another one in our World War III watch segments. Iran vows retaliation on Israel after commander's death, raising fears of war spiraling. Monday's airstrike on the Syrian capital is reverberating across the Middle East, raising fears that the war between Israel and Hamas could flare into a wider conflict. On Tuesday, Iran vowed retaliation for the suspected Israeli attack on its embassy compound in Damascus that killed 2 of the country's top commanders. The attack also killed 5 military advisors in the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, Iran's immensely powerful military and political organization. Among those killed was Brigadier General Mohammad Reza Zahedi, a senior commander in the Quds Force, the IRGC's elite foreign espionage group. Zahedi was a key figure in coordinating the so-called Axis of Resistance, the anti-Israel, anti-West network of Iran-backed groups that operate with militants from across the Arab world. He is the most senior Iranian official to be killed since General Qasem Soleimani was targeted by an American airstrike in 2020. That was under your boy Trump there.
Yeah.
Israel has not commented on the attack, but it has previously acknowledged targeting Iranian forces in Syria, where they are deployed to support President Bashar al-Assad in an ongoing conflict against a patchwork of rebel groups.
ISIS-K.
Yeah. Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant appeared to obliquely reference the Damascus strike while speaking to a parliamentary committee Tuesday. We are currently, quote, "We are currently in a multi-front war. We see evidence of this every day, including over the last few days," Gallant said, according to a statement from his office. "We operate everywhere, every day in order to prevent our enemies from gaining strength and in order to make it clear to anyone who threatens us all over the Middle East that the price for such action will be a big one." Iran's reaction has been purely rhetorical so far. Quote, "This cowardly crime will not go unanswered," President Ebrahim Raisi said in a statement, according to the country's state-run media. Israel, quote, "must know it will never achieve its goals." Iran reserves the right to take countermeasures against the attack and will make a decision as to how to punish the aggressor, its foreign ministry said in a statement. Hussein Akbari, the Iranian ambassador whose Damascus residence was destroyed in the attack, warned on X, "We will reciprocate when we want." The United States, Israel's biggest military funder and supplier, did not know about the strike in Syria and was not involved in any way, 2 U.S. officials told NBC News. 2 other U.S. officials said the administration was told about the operation while Israeli planes were in the air, but didn't know what the target was. Now, listen, I believe this.
I do too.
And what does this tell you?
They're pissed
Israel
at it,
doesn't give a fuck
yeah.
what the United States thinks.
Yeah.
They are prepared to literally go forward with actions that could potentially incite World War III without even talking to their principal ally.
Of course.
Beyond that, we're not just their principal ally. We're Israel's sugar daddy. We go away.
It's not Yahweh.
Israel's gone. Israel's gone in 30 days.
It ain't the God of Moses helping you. It's us.
It's us.
But
Exactly.
Do you think, Iran,
and they didn't feel any need to tell us that they were about to create an international
they
incident.
look at us the way we look at Canadians, and I won't have it. I won't have it, Russ. Okay, do you think that Iran, because this is what it seems like to me, and I hope that I'm right. He goes, we'll respond. We want to. Like, do you think that's because they're doing the thing of like, they well aware Israel wants to drag them into the war, so America has to come in and like just let Israel wear itself out, and we'll say, don't worry, we'll get you. We'll wait and get them later. Like, this is what I'm hoping, is that all these countries are aware of the plan.
The United States, no.
No, that Iran and them know what the bait is, and they don't want to take it, because isn't that Sun Tzu, let your enemy when he's tripping?
Well, I would agree with that. Tactically, that Iran...
Israel's losing.
Or, I'm trying to train myself out of this, because in America we say Iran, but really, properly, it's Iran.
Oh, I
You
say
should-
Persia.
Iran. You don't necessarily
Bring back
have.
the Shah.
You don't necessarily have to roll the L. We don't have that in our life, but Iran at least. The Iran thing, that's very American. But yeah, no, I mean,
You say ham ass?
when you don't have this kind of power,
Yeah.
you have to be strategic.
Right.
The way that Israel is conducting itself, it's a way that you would only conduct yourself if you're confident that you have such overwhelming firepower that you don't have to think. You don't have to strategize.
Like us.
Exactly.
like
Whereas,
our amazing
whereas
strategies.
Iran, they have to be much more calculating in what they do. That's why they haven't responded yet. Yet the international focus has been on the war in Gaza, where Israel is fighting to uproot the militant group Hamas. But Israel is arguably more concerned about Hezbollah, the militant group and political party in Lebanon. Both Hamas and Hezbollah are backed by Iran and form part of the axis of resistance, alongside the Houthis in Yemen and powerful militias in Iraq. Michael Stevens, a senior fellow at the Foreign Policy Research Institute, a Philadelphia-based think tank, said the attack on the Iranian embassy in Syria is a warning. My view is that, yes, it is an escalation, but also a message from the Israelis that this can get bad real quick on a much wider front if war breaks out over the northern border, he said. Each side is trying to send each other messages while trying not to let the pot boil over. All the same, this will sting, said Stevens. I do think the
Iranians,
thank you, will have to respond. After a lifetime of saying it wrong, it's going to take a little practice. The question is how and against who.
Bibi wants it to boil over. That's his only chance.
Well, of course he does.
But what happens
of course
if
he
Trump's
does.
really about to win?
And we have two
that?
proxy countries
Yeah.
we're supporting that are trying to ignite World War III.
Yeah.
Both of you. What do the Ukrainians do as it becomes more and more clear they're losing? Do they commit a provocation so great that the Russian response draws us in?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have this with Israel. Israel doesn't give a fuck.
If they kill those aid workers, just how they did Israel, that means they're going, or just like the USS Liberty, which was trying to draw us into their thing. That's what I think the purpose of that was.
Right.
Was like, oh, look at the Arabs hit
Right.
your boat. You
Right.
better come
Right.
do something. So if Biden's losing that bad, and the actual like puppet masters behind him see that, maybe they'll be amenable to starting World War III, even though we don't really have the forces, because that's still, you know, I don't know why they think this, but somehow they think that makes you more loyal to the guy. It worked for Putin for a different reason. It's not going to work for Biden.
No, it won't work for Biden. This is just really like, at this point, it is almost death cults type of behavior.
It's insane.
Because there's no digging yourself out of it. There's no actual reversal. This is what makes me think that the protest actions here are as important as they are, because, you know, we have to do everything we can to signal that this is not acceptable to the population. It's just not acceptable to the population. We will shut shit down if this goes on, because inside the political space, in terms of, you know, this campaign cycle coming up, there's no real solution in there. But unless the United States and Israel, and on the Ukraine front, you could say the West more broadly, certainly NATO, unless they get the message that they have to simply stand down and live with the world the day after they control everything, then they are going to get all of us killed. Like, that is not an exaggeration, I don't think. That's why Jose Vega screams that at people, because I think that's true. Like, this is suicidal and psychotic behavior.
Hitler
that
at the
we're
end.
seeing on multiple fronts now.
It's like Hitler at the end. Well, they don't deserve to live if I
Exactly.
die.
Well, yes,
They're all gonna do this.
Well, that's what
100%, 100%. And, you know, just because we couch our actions in this defense of our way of life doesn't mean we will behave any less psychotically when we are under this kind of threat. Because
we've proven it over and over.
Because the global order is under extreme threat right now, and they're losing. They will lose. There is no turning it around. It is all what's up in the air now is how crazy are these fucking people? How crazy will they go before accepting that the world has moved on from them?
Pretty crazy.
They'll go real far.
Pretty crazy.
It'll be real bad.
I'm of the opinion, and hey, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, me too.
I'm of the opinion World War III has already started. These are the
Yes.
opening moves of World War III.
Trump's winning too
Yes.
much. How are they going to allow that? They'd rather kill us all than that.
I mean, I will admit I'm getting tired of winning. That was one campaign promise he fulfilled, at least to me. At least to me. All right, Misha, to you.
All right. Kurt, unvaccinated guy spent $5 to say this. So
Good.
nobody has seen Kurt and Captain Spaulding together. Some say they are the same person.
That guy's dead.
Kurt,
I've met him before too.
Did you meet him?
Yeah, at a horror
Oh,
movie
yeah?
convention at Big J's in the elevator.
That's
And
funny.
Jay's a big fan of those Rob Zombie movies he's in, which I'm not. I think the writing's terrible, but Jay loves him. And he goes, "Hey, you come to the comedy show?" And
I
Sid
like
Haig-
those movies.
Sid Haig goes,
I
surely
like
am
the
not."
Devil's Rejects, and what was the first one?
Thousand corpses.
10,000
Yeah,
Corpses.
yeah, I like that movie. I like that.
I just
thought-
I hate the
I thought both of those were a good tribute to those 70s splatter
I
movies.
actually hated that I was supposed to be like sad that the pieces of shit die at the end. That are the main characters.
Yeah,
They play, like,
but
Freebird.
because it was this homage to the 70s,
Yeah,
they always had these like twisted anti-hero narratives. So I
Tom
felt
Papa
like
would agree with
it
you.
was in keeping with the overall.
Tom Papa's
Yeah, I
friends
think
with
Tom
Tom.
Papa.
stylistically they're fun, but I think Kurt is right. Like the Rob Zombie's dialogue writing,
He thinks he's a good
like
writer.
it's like an 8th grader thinks he's Quentin Tarantino.
It's
Yeah.
exactly yeah.
If
It
he
gets on
writes
my
the word
nerves.
"fuck" every other word, that's brilliant.
The next thing you better say.
Okay, but okay, Keaton, I think what you're missing is I grew up on the movies that those movies are referencing, and whether it is lack of talent or wanting to exactly mirror those movies, yes, that's how those movies were written. That's part of what made them fun, because they were it put a campy element into all this sick gore. in the
I
middle
dig
of
the
it.
style of
Yeah,
it. I
he didn't do it
I
good.
like the style of it. I like the heavy metal. I mean, it feels like it was made by a heavy metal rock. Even the Halloween remake I thought was good.
Yeah.
What's the
Yeah,
Nicolas
I thought
Cage
that was
one?
that
That's
was
the one
fun
to see.
too.
Which one?
The Nicolas Cage one where he has to forge an axe because they took his girlfriend. It was a
That's
really
not Rob
That's not a
Zombie.
Rob
good.
Zombie.
No, I know,
movie, though.
but that's like doing that
Yeah.
genre.
Oh
very
yeah,
well.
yeah. No, that was
I
great.
think that guy hit it.
What is that called, Keaton?
Mandy.
Mandy. Oh, yeah,
I
I,
would say
love
that
movie.
one is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
amazing. Compared, Rob Zombie, like, look, I love camp dialogue. Rob Zombie, right? He's awful at right. He's writing it like he thinks it's not camp. Well, I could write that.
I'm
There's
specifically
like a
talking about
pseudo-poetry
House of
to
a
it that's
Thousand
annoying.
Corpses and The Devil's Rejects. I'm just talking about those two movies.
Yeah, those two are not bad, but like after a while, like that 31 was.
Yeah,
absolutely
no.
horrible.
His other shit I'm not into, but
Yeah.
those two movies.
Look, we're all gonna die in
Although I
nuclear
agree, the
fire.
Halloween
We can
remake
agree
was
on
all
that.
right. Misha,
Yeah, it was
We got
fun.
3
Okay.
months.
How about one more? Derek, love how Rogan took Kurt's joke about Macron's wife seriously. LOL, loved that. Great job, Kurt. Much love to everyone at the Jimmy Dore Show.
Thank you.
Eric. And now back to Russ.
All right, we're going to close out with a banger. All right, so, whoops. All right.
Isn't it swell? The memes make themselves. They found a rabbi hole, tunnels and all. There's Jews in the walls. Isn't it bliss? The rabbinical grace soiling the mattresses. Well, let me tell you. If I were Rabbi Shmuley and diddle 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 digga digga diddle diddle dum, all day long I'd diddle little bums. If I were a Shmuley man, I'd peddle all my dildos, dreidel dildos, selling dildos with my daughter and her mum. If I were a Jewish mooly man, I'd be digging with a dildo in my bum. I'd wear a grotesque nose and go grab some goyim right on the nipple with a pinch. A Shabbos lap dance brace for the youngest mensch.
So I want to tell you about Field of Greens. Now, you're supposed to get 5 to 7 servings of fruits and vegetables, which I guarantee you I do not. But if you take this, you can get them. Take a scoop of this, you put it in water, you put it in a smoothie. When I put it in water, I like the way it tastes. Now, I say it tastes like iced tea and fresh cut grass, but in the best way possible, fresh cut grass. Like, really does. Like, I even like the smell of it.
It smells great. You can smell it right here.
I
It's
love
wafting.
it. You can smell it. It's going through the room right now. So this is Field of Greens. And if you're not getting your servings of fruit and vegetables, this is a great way to get it. So this is real fruit and vegetables selected. It's not chemicals or whatever. This is actual freeze dried, and you scoop it out just like this. Get a scoop of it, boom, you put it in. And I love the smell of it. Anyway, it's fantastic stuff. It's a great way to get your 5 to 7 servings of fruit and vegetables, which I do not get. But if you take this, you can get it. And when Misha was taking it, she said she had better energy from it. So isn't that fantastic? Now, I quit smoking pot, and it's really messed me up. So I can't tell you anything about how I feel about anything. But it's an organic fruit and vegetable. This was medically chosen to support heart and vital organ health. So there you go. Field of Greens. And I'm going to I got a deal for you. You want 15% off your first order and free rush shipping? Visit fieldofgreens.com. Use promo code Jimmy. That's promo code Jimmy at fieldofgreens.com. Fieldofgreens.com. Promo code Jimmy. 15% off your first order plus free rush shipping. And if you want to get better energy through the day, they claim it helps you sleep better, gives you better hair, helps your digestion, feels better. I'm telling you, I don't get my fruits and vegetables. This is the way to get your fruits and vegetables. Field of Greens, real, organic superfood.
Hey, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there for more AM Joy and the rest of MSNBC. And click on any of the videos right here to watch the latest interviews and highlights. And you can get more videos from MSNBC for free every day with our newsletter. Just visit